All right, how we going, guys? UFC 277 this weekend from Dallas, Texas, and hopefully this one's a bit better than last week in London, which was a bit of a dud. But one thing I do want to know: who do you guys reckon Paddy Pimblett should fight next? I'm thinking Drew Hernandez, or maybe Alex Hernandez, or Drew Dober. That's who I'm thinking, or maybe Ilya Topuria. I think that's probably the fight they should make because they've got beef, and Paddy's already given him the old 1-2 sanitizer combo. So that would be a good one. That's who I think should fight. Let's get into it. Not much doing on the prelims, honestly. I mean, Blood Diamonds fighting, if you care about that. Alex Morono's looked okay at times. Not much doing, honestly. So let's get into the main card. Alright, first up, Anthony Smith versus Magomed Ankalaev. Now, Smith's the biggest underdog on the card, or on the main card at least, and that's with good reason. Magomed's scary. He's got that one freak loss to Paul Craig, the submission with 1 second left in a fight that he was dominating, which just still baffles me. But Anthony Smith's looked good since his losses to Glover and Alexander Rakic. You know, those are the champion and the former champion and a future title challenger. You know, those aren't career-ending losses. Those are you know, forgivable losses. And his last wins have been good. Stoppages over Jimmy Crute and Ryan Spann. They were impressive. I don't know about his chances against old Magomed. I think Magomed's just on a roll. I think Anthony Smith's taken a lot of damage. So I have to look. It hurts me to say it because I'm a big Lionheart fan, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Magomed. Sorry, Anthony. All right, next up we've got Pantoja versus Alex Perez, and look, Pantoja's the favorite, and I think he should be. I think he should win this. He's a perennial, you know, challenger in the contender in the flyweight division, and he always looks good again. You know, he's got a couple of losses against the biggest names. Perez is coming off a loss to Figgy. He hasn't fought since November 2020, actually, I think. Yeah, and he missed weight for his last scheduled fight as well. So, you know, you have to think Pantoja wins this. So, I'll go with Pantoja. Next up, we've got the Black Beast, Derek Lewis, future Hall of Famer, fan favorite, who drops, you know, pearls of knowledge on us, pearls of wisdom, I should say, on us like this. And
I just gotta do number 2. That's all. It's not really hurting from the kick. I just gotta boo-boo.
But more poignantly, like this.
What round they rise and find ass at?
Derek's coming off the loss to Ty. You know, it was a big knockout loss. But, you know, this fight's not in Houston. So, and it's against a wrestler who wants to take him down. So, historically, you have to think Derek wins this. You know, Sergey's coming off 3 stoppage wins, I think. But the competition that he's fought in the UFC is far cry from what Derek's fought. Derek's been fighting the best of the best for years. You know, knockout record holder in the UFC. I'm going to have to go with Derek on this one. Sergey could win. He's been looking good lately, but I think Derek's experience gets it done. Next up, we've got the interim flyweight title, the rematch, Kai Kara France versus Brandon Moreno, the assassin baby. I love Brandon. Look, he's a pretty big favorite, and look, I get that because his last 3 fights have been for the belt. He knows how to win a UFC title. Kai hasn't even had a main event yet, so experience-wise, you'd certainly have to lean towards Brandon. I guess it really comes down to the adjustments they've made, because Brandon won the initial fight, but both have improved enormously since that. And Kai looked good. It was a close fight against Askar Askarov, but to get a win over Askar is a big deal, and he's certainly earned this. And before that was the big KO win over Cody Garbrandt, but I feel like a strong gust of wind knocks Cody Garbrandt out these days, but whatever. But sorry about that. So yeah, look, if it comes down to experience, you have to go with Brandon Moreno. Kai's been looking good and hungry lately, and he's the latest city kickboxing guy to fight for a belt. That camp just goes from strength to strength. They're incredible, doing crazy things over there. But this one, I'm gonna have to go with Brandon Moreno. I love him. And lastly, the rematch, the GOAT, Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena, the champ. And when was the last time you saw odds like this for a champion? Amanda's a big favourite. And look, I'll be honest, this might be the hardest fight that I've ever sort of contemplated or predicted in the 13, 14 years I've been back into MMA. So look, what's happened to Amanda? That's the big question coming into this. She, after the loss, she left ATT. She left her manager, Dan Lambert, and she started her own gym. And those aren't good signs. You don't see someone do that and think they're about to win a world championship. And that famous old saying, I think it was Marvin Hagler, if I'm not mistaken. I know Joe Rogan likes to quote this a lot. It's hard to wake up at 5 a.m. when you're to run 10 miles when you're sleeping in satin sheets. So that might be where Amanda is now. She might be happy with her millions of dollars in a lovely family, and Juliana might just be hungrier. She won. I mean, who expected that? The second biggest upset in UFC history. Absolutely amazing. So look, I still don't know who. Look, if I was betting those odds, the last fight, I'd go with Juliana. But Amanda's the GOAT. She really is. And if she's the old Amanda, I think what everyone expected the first time to happen might happen in this fight. If it's the old motivated Amanda, she might absolutely starch Juliana. But we just one of the massive unknowns in MMA is how this fight will play out, and it will really affect Amanda's legacy, I feel, potentially. And this would open the door for a Valentina rematch with Juliana, so Valentina can finally get up and get her double champ status, because she deserves it. Go Valentina. Alright, so that's 277. Tell me what you guys reckon. Hopefully this one's a good one. So thanks for watching. Enjoy the fights.